Shantizu. Dixie again. The way she's whining like a Indiana. Now come the Jones like a Indiana. Short it, hold it, short it, hold it, short it, hold it. You come the funk like say that. Short it, hold it, short it, hold it, short it, hold it. You come the funk like say that. Short it, hold it, short it, hold it, short it, hold it. You come the funk like say that. Short it, hold it, short it, hold it, short it, hold it. You come the funk like say that. She's whining like a Indiana. Now come the Jones like a Indiana. Hey. You never seen her before, I guess. You never seen the way that she wanna guess. You never seen her dip it down low, swing her body like a turntable, then suck her dress.
I got into the sort of the Sickle story about 2 years ago, and this is because I had seen or watched a short film made in England, and I was looking for the right material for Nigeria or for Africa, and I found this in Yinka Igbokare's novel, The Dazzling Mirage, and since that time, I had set my mind on doing it, and the pre-production actually started about a year ago, but finally we got filming about just 1 week ago.
Rolling.
And ball.
A-Cam System 7 take 1.
B-Cam System 7 take 1. Stand by. And action.
My relationship with TK, it's really way beyond actor-director's relationship or director-director's relationship. We've come way back and we have shared a whole lot. It's someone I actually look up to, in so many ways. And when I got a call to be part of this project, it was an honor, and I felt really delighted, and I'm giving it my best shot, so yeah. And there is another news that is worth celebrating. Our campaign has been nominated for the top best African blah blah.
I'd been following TK, like, when you're stalking somebody, and then I rounded up my master's. I went to see him. He's a very open man. I just found his address. I just went to his office. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Lala. I'm doing my master's degree. I'm an actor. I want to work with you. And the guy was just like, okay, chill. And we just maintained contact, and I stayed close to him. But a mutual friend of ours, his name is Jide Bello, knew that TK was preparing to do that, exactly, was preparing to do Dazzling Mirage. And he just jokingly said, he was to Tiri. Oma feeds Dazzling Mirage. I didn't even know what, I just said, whatever it is, I want to do it. I'm doing it. And then we went to see TK. This was in 2011. And he told TK that, Oma, And TK said, Then he gave me the novel. It's based on a novel. He gave me the novel to go and read. And I read it. And immediately after I sent him a message, I love it, I love it. He said, so do you think you can play it? I said, sir, I can play it. Of course. It was like a no-brainer. And from 2011 to 2013, we stayed close. I mean, there have been all kinds of drafts of the script, of the screenplay, different, and then we'll have conversations. So when he asked me to come in for the screen test, then I knew we are ready. Then I knew it was more serious. And he just said a lot about his attention to detail. He wanted to be sure the angles to shoot me, my skin tone, all those things. And I started to feel like, oh my God, it's happening. And when he put it out there, and I was already getting messages, I saw your screen test. I was like, okay, we've not even started shooting the film, and, but yes. So that's how I got here.
At any time, I have 5 projects in pre-production, and I decide this is time for this that time for that, and I think this is the right time to do Dazzling Mirage, You see, it's just not a film because I'm concerned. I'm so concerned about issues of sickle cell anemia. And this is about the time I think that this film will bring more awareness and attention to the sickle cell disorder.
It's a good one. I met a friend, a girl, about last week, and she was a sickle cell carrier, and now she's fine. I think she's a part of the whole thing too, you know, and I never knew that when I met her. And we talked about it, and we talked about this movie, and I was like, she's a part of it. I said, oh, really? So I think it's a good one, you know. It's a good one telling us that, okay, even if you're a sickle cell, it doesn't stop you from doing this or doing that. You can still do this. You can get married. And for those of you, I mean, the men out there, and you thinking getting married to a sickle cell carrier is a problem or a barrier, let me tell you, it is not, because you can actually scale through. You can overcome that only if you're willing to. So it's a good one, though. Like, I'm touched, actually, and I'm so happy to be a part of it.
You know, for me, I think it's something that will fly. Sickle cell is something that is very rampant in Nigeria, in Africa, especially Nigeria, and you know, it's an health-linked, you know, kind of story, and a lot of Africans and NGOs usually have compassion for such films, and you know, there's so many elements that I also think people will like. There's love, there's, you know, family relationship, the crisis, you know, so many things. And I think it's a film that will really do well.
It's a tall order, because it's one thing to play a role that is fiction. It's another thing to play a role that exists and the people you're representing can see. So if you make a mistake, you're going to be letting them down. You know, you can't act, you can't overdo it. So I already started to research and talk to people. A few of my friends who carry the sickle cell genes, I started talking to them. How do you feel when you're having a crisis? You know, where do you feel the pains? And they'll tell me, oh, it's in the joints. So I knew, first of all, that the pain is in the joints. So it can be in your knees, in your waist, your elbow, your neck, your ankles. So, okay, I'm like, fine. Then they like to stay warm. And then, you know, and then one of my friends even likened it to menstrual pain. She said, do you have menstrual pain? I said, yes. I said, okay, multiply the feeling you get when you're having menstrual pain, like ×5 or something. So, you know, with all of those, I tried to watch a few videos, and I mean, two people that have been very helpful, Tosin Bokna and my friend Olagani Yusuf, very, very helpful. So, you know, but you know, all of these things are in theory because we're not yet acting, we're not shooting. So I'll try to rehearse on my own, try to do some things in front of the mirror, but it's never the same as when the camera is in front of you. So, I mean, on Wednesday, we had to shoot one of the scenes where Fumi was in crisis. And I was nervous. I was nervous. It was weird, but I was very nervous. And I guess the nervous energy is also good. I remember saying that I'm under pressure because I cannot fail, you know. I'm doing my best, you know, so everybody should just accept my best, please. And I was very nervous, you know, and then TK is very detailed, and how, you know, he wants to put you through the movement, you know, drop this here, fall here, do this, but you have to stay in that character and keep the emotions going. And I think the high point for me was, there was a point where at midnight, she had a crisis and there was nobody there, and the pain, you know, and we didn't discuss that she was going to cry. But he just let me go. He didn't stop rolling, he didn't say cut until in fact, when the camera cut, I was still sobbing afterwards. So I don't know, I'm doing my best. Fumi is real to me because I've known about her for 2 years. And there's similarities between Fumi and Lala sometimes, you know, so she's like my sister, you know, so yeah.
Thank you, Mrs. Adebi, for leading the drive.
Fumi, look!
We are now at war with sickle cell as our bodies under the strain of the pregnancy. The odds are against us, but we can win.
I give your golden girl 2 months. Another relapse, then she's out.
You want to bet?
2 million.
I I have sickle cell. I'm not a corpse. I can work.
Newsflash, Mom. I will marry her. I've had enough of your imposing conditions.
You cannot marry her.
What is it you want?
To know why you brought me into this hell.
He anticipated all this, and he was right.
See, I just want you to know, the past does not affect our feelings for you in any way.
You're a salesman, and a good one for that matter. So, sell yourself.
Let us rise up and be thankful. For if we didn't learn a lot, at least we learned a little. And if we learned a little, at least we didn't get sick. And if we got sick, at least we didn't die.
I think that, first of all, is to reduce the level of ignorance. I think we are all ignorant, about it. I've learned a lot since we started the project. And that's the essence of the whole thing, that we should get sickle smart, and that means we get more aware about the problems and the whole issue of sickle cell, not only with people living with the disorder, but their families and by extension the community.
Campaign has been nominated for the top best African marketing prize, and I think that is what celebrating. And we come to